The ghost of the Finance Bill 2023 has refused to let William Ruto go. The shadows keep on following William Ruto wherever he is, in churches, in the social places, everywhere. Okia Omtata had threatened William Ruto that if he went ahead and have his way in parliament, then they would meet in court. And today a ruling was made, and Judge Mugure Thande gave Kenyans a temporary reprieve and a very big blow to William Samoei Ruto. This is what is reported that Lady Justice Thande in her ruling said she was satisfied that Senator Omutata's application met a threshold for conservatory orders. And this is what she said: I am satisfied that the applications meet the test of conservatory orders, and I do grant prayers 2 and 3 of the application until 5th 2023, when the matter is scheduled for mention for directions. The court further issued interim orders prohibiting the respondents and the interested parties or their agents, however, acting from giving effect to the Finance Bill 2023. Simply, the court has stopped the implementation of this act. I think it was supposed to take order from tomorrow, the 1st of July. This has been the subject of debate wherever people are, because this bill is increasing taxes on fuel. This bill is forcing Kenyans to be deducted 1.5% of their salary. In what Ruto says that he will be giving Kenyans houses. And Kenyans, during a public participation, had unequivocally made their decision and opinion and their stand that they didn't want these taxes. The argument was having houses is not bad, but the timing was really very poor, because Kenyans are facing and grappling with a lot of economic challenges, drought and hunger, unemployment rate. And so they said, we can wait until when things improve, then some of these punitive taxes can be introduced. William Ruto ignored Kenyans with a lot of threats. We still remember Rigathi Gachagua, the deputy president, said that the opposition does not have the numbers, and so they should not even imagine opposing this bill. And then 2 days after that statement, William Ruto threatened the members of parliament, and he dared them to shoot down this bill, because he said he wanted to see who had the audacity to oppose this bill. And on the voting day, you know the drama, some of even the Azimio MPs were not there, and I understand that the speaker, through his mischief, hoodwinked them and cheated them, and some of them did not even know that voting was to take place. Courtesy of passing of this bill, Raila Amolo Odinga called for fresh demonstrations. And while they were in Kamkunji, he told the nation that on 7th July, they are beginning the famous SabaSaba that has always been a thorn in the flesh to the government, because it was SabaSaba that made the former president Daniel Toroitich arap Moi to abandon the one-party state and repealed Section 2A. So, ladies and gentlemen, all hopes are now with the courts, and sometimes it's painful to imagine that the executive part of the government, the executive arm of the government, has captured the judiciary, because everything now lies with our courts. You remember when we had a problem with the GMO, the Law Society of Kenya went to the courts and it was suspended. It was put to halt. When we had a problem with Ruto appointing 52 CSS, people went to court. Now there is another big problem facing us. We are hoping that the courts will stand by us. What has happened is that the court looked at the prayers of Okia Omtata, because in the first phase they had to look at, does the prayer meet the threshold for conservatory orders? And yes, they gave the senator a thumbs up, and they said yes, it meets the threshold. So what is going to happen is that Okia Omtata will feed the respondents with this, and then they will respond by 3rd. They will look at Wakia Mutata's side and the government side. Those who have been included as respondents are Speaker of the National Assembly, the Attorney General and their offices, and the Cabinet Secretary in the Ministry of Finance. It is our hope and prayer, and we are really praying that the court stand with the oppressed, because in this sense it is the oppressed. The reason why we want, when we are really praying that the court will stand with us, whatever William Ruto is doing, he's really acting to please the international community, because some of this implementation are the dictates of the IMF that had told Ruto to put these measures so that he can get loans. And you all know that Kenyans are suffering. In fact, I've heard Kenyans saying that we are not against paying taxes. We have been paying taxes all along, but sometimes we have to look at the situation. Is it the right time? And you know that it's not the right time. So Ruto should have taken his time to rebuild the economy, to ensure that the prices of the basic commodities come down before he comes up with such implementations. And he cannot force people to own houses. So ladies and gentlemen, we wait and see what happens. Tension is building, and everything and anything around Ruto is just tension. The reason why it's even more painful is that we get news that their offices will get salary increment with our hard-earned taxes, because we maintain those offices. They are big cars, they are the secretariat. And did you know that Rigathi Gachagua, William Ruto, and Musalia Mudamba Mudavadi, apart from them having offices, their spouses also have offices, a fully fledged office with the secretariat, security and vehicles. What on earth are those offices for? Ladies and gentlemen, aren't you happy that at least we have a temporary reprieve? But do you trust the courts? Because what will happen is that William Ruto will either now threaten them or try to compromise them. Orders may come from Justice Koome, the head of the judiciary, because we all know that they are enjoying a cordial relationship with William Ruto. Or if push comes to shove, William Ruto can decide to ignore them, the way he ignored them when they ruled against the 52 CSs. So we wait and see. And the day when this ruling is going to be done, I can assure you that Kenyans will be in courts and they will throng. And I'm happy that even our judges live in Kenya. We didn't import judges from Uganda or from wherever. They are our brothers and sisters, and they know what is happening. I want to salute Judge Mugure Thande for doing this. Continue standing with us, because Kenyans are suffering. I rest my case, ladies and gentlemen.